Hey everyone, I'm Sarah Fish.
And I'm Brandon Price.
And this is Fish
or Price Ranch.
Hey everyone, so we're back here at the ranch. Well, we never left since the last video. But we're starting on our well, and we are going to be running the piping from the well over to where our trailer's going to be. And we're also going to be adding a spigot so we can run hoses for now to water the animals once they're here. Eventually we'll be running a line with spigots over to all the animals, but for now we'll have to run hoses. So we're going to show you guys how we're going to do the water. So here is our trench that was already dug when the septic was done. And Brandon's just kind of cleaning out all of the excess dirt. So all this is done and ready to go. And then this is our wellhead. So what we're going to do over here is we're going to unscrew the cap. There's actually two ways to run it. So we're going to run one for now from the top. And we'll do just kind of up, over, and down. Because eventually, once we move over here, we're going to be building a carport with a little enclosed area for the wellhead and our solar. So anyway, we're going to go up, over, and then down into the ground. And then we're going to run it all the way down where he's at. And that's where we're going to be hooked up with our fifth wheel. And then the other side, eventually in a couple years when we build our house, we'll run from this way over. So this way we can leave our fifth wheel for guests, which we almost never have. But it'll be set up if we have anybody stay, and they'll have running water and be hooked up to the septic. But this way, we have two ways of running the water, and then all the wires here will connect. We bought a plug, which will fit our generator until we get our solar hooked up. But this way we can run our water, and we'll have our septic, and we'll just live on a generator for a short time. So anyway, here's our piping. These holes are 2 inches, so we're coming out of the well at 2 inches. We're going to convert it down to a 1-inch pipe, and we're going to run the 1-inch pipe all the way down here. And then a standard fifth wheel is 3/4 inch. So we're going to run the 1-inch pipe down here to the end, and then we're going to do another adjustment from 1 inch to 3/4 inch and come up out of the ground 3/4 inch, and that will hook up to our fifth wheel. So we've just glued all these together. So we did an elbow here, which is where we're going to connect to the trailer by the septic line. Connected all the way down and did another elbow down at that end. So this we will lift up and set right down inside this hole.
Remember, carefully, just a little at a time.
Here we go. We're going in the hole with the, whoops, dropping a little dirt in there. We're going to come toward me a bit, probably right about there. Does that look good?
Over here, you're going to move these other boulders that just fold in.
There we go.
At least it sits more flat. And that part will be buried under the shed, and this part will be buried under the trailer.
Yep. Alright, so our line is in. Before we bury this, because we don't have to make it level like we did the septic tank, because we have pressure behind it, because there's a pump, sorry. So what we're doing now is, there was the people that had purchased this property before dug a line up this way. I'm not sure why, but they were doing hose. As you could see, it's sticking up right there. And it's this black stuff right here. And so we're going to use this pipe to run our electric through. So what we're going to do is, we have a piece that we're going to have stick out of the ground here, and it's going to go right along with the water line and come up at that end. And because our solar is going to be right over here, so we're going to run that through next to the water line before we bury this. So we're back out here. We had to quit yesterday. We ran out of light, but now we're stretching out all of our electrical cords that are going to go through the pipe under the ground. And we're running 3, so we have the 2 for our RV, and then the 1 will be an extra so we can make a plug to be able to plug in something if we need it. All right, so we taped the end of our wires together, and now we're just feeding it through our black tubing.
Yeah, the other tubing don't get in the way.
So this is just to protect our cords from, over time, the ground will move, it could eat into the cord, or if a mouse happens to dig a hole and ends up right at our cords, this will just kind of help protect it. All right, so we're through the black hose. We're just taking it down. We had to do 2 hoses because we couldn't get a long enough piece of the black hose. So we're gonna feed it through this one and pull it all the way down to the end, and then we'll feed it through the other one, and then we'll tape the 2 together right in the center. Once it's in the ground, it won't move anyway. So here's our pipe with our cords in it, coming out the other end, all the way down. So now we can bury this pipe. We'll be standing up our water pipe, make sure it's standing straight up, and that way when we bury it, then we can work on our upper attachments and stuff without the hose moving at all. So here's our septic connection for the trailer. The 3 wires coming out of the black pipe is our electric, and then the white hose, we just have it covered so no dirt goes in, is for our water. So we've got it buried enough that the hose won't move, so Brandon's coming in now with the tractor and he's gonna bury the rest of this. He's still learning the tractor. This is our first one. We've never really had experience with the tractor. So luckily we've got a nice big flat area up here, and we're doing small projects, so that'll help him learn the tractor for now until we start doing more. But it definitely does make some of these projects a lot easier. So what he's doing is he's just going to bury it, and then he'll go over and flatten out the area once he's got it all buried, and the dirt is kind of where it's going to sit. And just smoothing it all out like this one. This will be right where our trailer sits. So we're just making sure it's nice and flat for when we pull in. All right, it's officially all done. We've got all our hoses in, our septic, our water, our electric is ready. So we are ready for our fifth wheel. We're ready to bring it in. So that'll probably be our next video, is moving. By the way, since we have this ready for our trailer, to give you a quick idea of what's going on this week, I've already set up my bird area. We got some water in there. I got one of those solar fountain things that you guys see probably on Facebook and ads. I actually love it. It was on sale for 2 for 20 bucks, I think it was, and it works awesome. So we brought some water over here because we have to put a plug on our well and run the piping with a hose so we can get water. But I brought a little bit of water so I can fill this up for the birds. Put up my bird feeders so I can start attracting them. All right, you guys, well, I hope this was helpful. Shows you kind of what we're doing here. This is kind of a temporary spot because we'll eventually build a house more down in here. But for now, we're going to be living in our fifth wheel up here. My dad has an RV, he travels a lot, so this will be a space for him when he comes to visit. He could just pull right in and hook up. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.